welcome to the DI Dashboard webinar. My name is Shawnee, and I am the training evangelist here for Dealer Inspire. And my job is to teach you everything you need to know about Dealer Inspire and what we do here, the tech that we have, and to bring you interesting guests to give you even more in-depth detail about all the great technology that we have here. Just in case you need to watch it again, this webinar will be posted on our website within 24 hours. Please visit www.dealinspire.com/DI How Do I. Also, we can have a quick little Q&A session at the end. You can always send in questions via the chat platform that we have here on GoToMeeting, or you can wait till the end of the segment and we'll get them answered for you. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and introduce our guest today. We have Matthew Cole, who is the Executive Vice President and the co-founder of Dealer Inspire, and he's going to tell us all about building and implementing a dominating conquest strategy with all the platforms that we have here at Dealer Inspire. So, Matt, you ready to take it away, buddy?
Of course. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for having me, making the time to attend this webinar. I'm excited to show you an advanced strategy that is possible and capable with not only Dealer Inspire, but Launch Digital Marketing. If you're not familiar with myself or my background, I'm the co-founder of Launch Digital Marketing. I met Joe back in the late 2000s. He was an auto dealer, and I was his rep with a website development company. And the things that he would do to his website platform inspired many changes and strategies that we then took into the creation of Launch Digital Marketing when we started Launch Digital Marketing at the end of 2010. And Dealer Inspire was born out of sheer necessity to take our marketing strategies and have them be successful online and measuring those strategies and the results and quantifying those results along the way. So we're going to take you through today an advanced strategy. This is Conquest. My role with Dealer Inspire is not only in assisting with product development, I also manage our Tier 2 efforts. We work with quite a few Tier 2 associations around the country, and I wanted to share with you some of our strategies in conquesting. But these strategies should not be taken lightly. These are absolutely strategies in which need to be accomplished after you have already dominated your own backyard, after you are confident that you have a quality search engine optimization strategy in place to retain your loyal customers. This should be done only after you are properly and successfully mining your own dealership database of existing customers and doing all of the components of retention. And then you can layer in conquest opportunities, identifying in-market consumers who are not only driving the vehicle that you sell, but you can begin to identify other vehicles that are in the same segment to build a strategy around attracting those consumers and ultimately selling them a vehicle. So, going on to the next slide. Because of our platform itself and our relationship with Google, one in which we're actually very good at giving them money, we have had the opportunity to go out to their headquarters. We put on a conference called the Google Rethink Summit, in which we shared the best practices in not only website development and consumer behavior. Google was able to share some of their findings with consumer behavior, the path to purchase, and we had a great time. It was a wonderful experience, and in the process, we got some ideas that we then took back and have implemented not only into our platform, but it also reconfirmed some of our existing strategies when it comes to the conquest opportunities. So I wanted to share with you a few of the learnings that we took, and then I'll take you through the plan and process to execute a conquest strategy. Some of this might be familiar to you. However, it's nice to see the new latest and greatest directly from Google, right from the horse's mouth. So the average consumer has 24 different touch points throughout their shopping process. That's 24 different screens that they're exposed to while they're making their decision on which vehicle to purchase. And that's a crazy statistic to think that there's 24 different screens and 24 opportunities for you to put a message in front of that consumer while they're shopping for a car. As you probably know, and being in your stores, consumers don't know exactly what they want. Yes, they have research that they do online. They're visiting less and less stores. The amount of time that they're taking while making their purchase decision is becoming longer and longer. Everybody has a cell phone with the internet now, so we're exposed to all this information, and this is changing the way we shop online, which that means auto shoppers are open to influence. As I said, they don't know what they want. It's our job to tell them what they want and the type of vehicles they should drive and what they look good in and what suits their family the best. So that's a great opportunity for us to get them into our consideration set. Obviously, mobile usage is continuing to increase, so designing a campaign and having a website that converts to mobile users is very important. And video is becoming more and more important as being the top influencer in what consumers are looking at through their discovery and consideration. So the path to purchase on this next slide shows you at which touch points you're really able to convince the consumer which type of vehicle they should be buying and who they should buy that vehicle from. Only 21% of time consumers are actually doing searches, like asking Google or Yahoo or Bing questions and getting those answers. But that also means that almost 80% of their time that's still spent online is in other sources. It's in other websites. It's in YouTube watching videos. It's on Facebook, you know, doing whatever they do on Facebook. It's all across the web. They're spending time, and it's that 79% that we can really focus on getting our message in front of a consumer who is in the market shopping for a car. This shows from the awareness stage in building consideration and into intent, social media is very powerful as the originator of the idea of which vehicle is appropriate to buy, or it's cool that, you know, my family has been driving Fords their whole life, so I should probably drive a Ford. Same is to be said with how you communicate online and where consumers get their influence from. It's from their own social connections. So social media is a very important part of building consideration and awareness. But really, as you get down into the intent there, it's those paid search queries, it's clicking on display ads, and really that moment in time is our opportunity to get our product within the consideration set of these consumers during their shopping process. 73% of search sessions involve cross-shopping. It's kind of an interesting statistic. Again, consumers don't know what they should be driving. They have an idea. Maybe they've been driving a certain OEM make and model for many, many years, and they want another one. But it's amazing how all the OEMs are getting better and better, and the product just keeps getting better. So there's not really any one car that's just significantly better across the board. So that means they're open to learn which type of vehicle suits their needs and then begin to shop value and payments and all of those things. Here is tracking of one single consumer throughout their shopping process. Every single carat is an additional query that they did. So one consumer who started looking at a Toyota Yaris, then went to a Chevy Sonic, then started looking at Ford, and then into Hyundai and Kia, and back to Chevy, and over to Honda, and then to Nissan, and so on and so on and so on. So this one person considered 8 different brands and looked at 6 specific models to ultimately land on the vehicle that they purchased. This is the opportunity that we see in developing a conquest strategy that's going to help you in selling more cars. This slide is fantastic because it means that 63% of the consumers that are shopping online ultimately don't know what they're looking for, and they end up buying a different vehicle than what they first started searching for, okay? So this next slide is a quote from Google Rethink. This number, 63% of consumers who started their shopping process online purchased an entirely different vehicle than what they originally searched for. Huge opportunity to have a website that converts, and then to begin to go after those outliers who weren't considering your product or your business to do business with. Okay, so first step, let's build a game plan. Let's build a strategy, and how that then begins is you got to do a little bit of homework, right? You got to do a little research, and this isn't that complicated. It's pretty simple. You work with your factory, you work with your zone managers. They can give you the retail registrations. They can give you the cross-sell reports. They can give you the sales by segment. They can even show you how you're comparing against your other competitors. That's not new information for you. AutoTrader, however, does have the ability to share with you their intent data, so you can look at if somebody is considering your brand, your make, and your model. They can also show you what that same consumer was looking at while on any of the Cox Media properties. So that's AutoTrader, that's KBB, that's any of their websites that they have out there. So this is valuable because AutoTrader, of course, is a bit of a necessary evil. That it's out there, consumers use it, and they begin their shopping process by looking at that website and beginning to look through inventory. You can reference the Dealer Inspire dashboard for Dadium. If you're not familiar with what Dadium is, we're able to track consumers before they even enter your website. They're given a Dadium ID, which then follows them around their journey online, and it establishes when they first came in the market, which types of vehicles they're looking at by make and model, how much money they're willing to spend, and it gives us some information about the consumer before they even come into your website. And we can also change the website based on which types of information they have in there. So within these reports, you then can identify which type of vehicle you want to go after, what's the top selling vehicle in your segment, in your own market, and then you need to begin to develop your own story, right? What is your unique selling proposition? Why are you different than the dealer next door of the competing make and model? And on top of that, what's the story behind why our car is better? And every OEM website has this. There's all kinds of review sites out there. There's plenty of accolades for you to pull from in developing your campaign. This is the Dealer Inspire dashboard. In the Insights tab, it has an aggregate sum of Dadium data to show you, on average, how long people are in the market, what's their price point, more importantly, what are the top makes and the top models in which the people that are touching your website, before they even got there, what were they looking at? What are the opportunities for us to conquest a top visited make and model? So in this case, a Honda dealer has the Toyota RAV4 as one of the top vehicles that equally compares to the Honda CR-V. I'm going to do a quick blowout of how we would develop a campaign around the Honda CR-V and how it stacks up to the Toyota RAV4. On Honda's own website, you may or may not know this, it's buried pretty well. You can't really find it. They don't have links in any of their navigation or throughout the site, but they do have this really neat cost to own section of their site. You actually have to Google it just to find it because, again, there's no real good way to get to it through the homepage of the Honda website. But the 5-year cost to own, it takes admin data into consideration. It looks at the cost of maintenance, the purchase price, the depreciation, and it figures out the 5-year cost to own. And this is just one example of how you can begin to build your story of why the car that you sell is better than any of the other cars that you're trying to compete with. This is one tool to help you in building your story. Okay, once you have your story set, you know the exact make and model you want to go after. You got to start with building a page on your website. If you're going to spend money to drive traffic to anywhere, you have to drive them to a place that you know they're going to convert. You have to figure out what's the purpose of driving that traffic. I know we talk about this all the time, the ABO, the acquisition, the behavior, and the outcome. You got to start with the outcome. What's the outcome? To convert a consumer who is looking for a different vehicle to want to buy our vehicle and to come in the store and buy it from us, right? So you have to start by building a landing page on your own website. Within this landing page, you have to optimize it for the other car. You have to talk about the other car. You have to put content in that, on that page, talking about the vehicle that you don't sell. Because when you run paid search ads and when you're running display ads based on keywords, how much you pay for that click is directly related to the quality of that ad, the relevance of that ad, and ultimately, if you get the click, you want the consumer to read the content, to watch your videos, to learn why your product is better. So you build a landing page, you optimize the URL for the other vehicle, you title the page for the other vehicle, you add the content, you talk about the other car, you build links in your own website to this comparison page. You got to make sure it's added to the sitemap. Mobile friendly is very, very important because in our acquisition strategy, a lot of it is going to be geared towards mobile traffic as well as Facebook. And Facebook has a fantastic advertising platform that I'm going to dig into. But within the mobile application, you get 100% share of voice in the news feed when you run a sponsored ad. And this is your opportunity to get in front of the right customer at the right time. Okay, last but not least, you have to set up a goal conversion in your Google Analytics. This is very, very important. Again, you don't want to spend money driving traffic pretty much anywhere on any of your web properties, but specifically for these conquest opportunities, if you can't measure where that traffic is coming from and is it converting? Are you getting leads from these consumers. You have to go into Google Analytics, and you have to set up a goal conversions tracking for this specific page, and then be able to track the incoming paths of where these consumers are coming from, and did we get a lead from it? And our team is happy to help you in setting up these goal conversions. Right. Once you have the page built, we have to identify who is our target audience, right? Who are the car shoppers that are out there? So we're going after Toyota RAV4 owners, we're going after Toyota dealerships, and we're looking at all of the dealers in a local market. So just identifying, the dealer down the street, they do well, they have a beautiful facility, they're making money. Let's get some of their customers, right? Let's get them into our brand. Let's make them lifetime customers and make some money off of sales and service from those people. So identify your competitors, find out their locations, establish a radius. How many miles around each one of your competitors are you willing to advertise? And this is going to apply to all of our actual marketing campaigns. On top of that, identify the demographics, because with our tools, we can get the right message in front of the right consumer based on their age, their income, which vehicle they drive today, and ultimately really spending their money efficiently, getting in front of the right customer at the right time. Now we need to start to build advertising campaigns. This one slide could easily take an entire DI How Do I, or multiple of them. But this is essentially what we're going to accomplish. We're going to push out our marketing message to in-market consumers who fit our demographic profiles, who are currently driving Toyotas, who own RAV4s and are ready for an upgrade. Okay? How we do that, we can easily target them by segment in a display message. We can target them in a vehicle pre-roll video, so having a vehicle walk-around video of our car versus the other car. This is all a part of the asset development that I'm going to get to. We're going to target people on Facebook, and we can begin to do conquesting. We can purchase email addresses. We can buy from a variety of sources we have access to. We can buy just based on Pulse data with registration data. We can buy lists with insurance data, with registration data, with payment data, with how long they've been in the market. Are they in an equity position? These are all things we can do to get the ability to push our message out there, right? Push advertising is really more of a traditional media sense of just canvassing a market and hoping that the consumer who sees the message, it will apply to them and they'll take action on it. So not only do you have to develop a push campaign, you have to have a pull campaign as well. So this is really going into the sources. When somebody's looking for you, you have to show up as the best answer. So this is in building out your PPC campaigns, right? Your pay-per-click ads. When somebody's searching for a RAV4, you want to show them an ad saying, check out the Honda CR-V. You're looking at a RAV4, see why the CR-V is better. They click on that ad, and then we'll talk about where you send them. The pre-roll as well. Once they touch your website, once they touch that page, you can follow them with an even more specific message, reminding them why the Honda CR-V is a better product than the Toyota that they were looking at. So this, again, is in asset development, and that can get pretty complicated, and we'll get there in a sec. Display, same thing, right? Having all those different banner ads. Once somebody touches your website, you cookie them, you put them into a retargeting bucket, and you follow them around the web. You stock them with a message that says why your car is better and to come buy you from your dealership. Same with Facebook. We have the ability through this Facebook Exchange to put pixels on your website and then follow this consumer around with a very specific message while they're spending all that time on Facebook. Okay, so that's in building up your ad campaigns. Now, what are you going to actually put in those campaigns? Now you have to have a design team, or you work with us to build out these different banners to help you in recording videos, and we can even take this further to do point of purchase materials, to help you with your email marketing, to help you with a variety of things, that all of which, those 24 different touch points, they should all have a similar and consistent message, right? So this, we're talking, is a very advanced conquest strategy, but it should still apply to and adhere to your general unique selling points that you've already developed, that you showcase on your Dealer Inspire website. So this is just another extension of your overall USP that you can integrate into the look and feel to be consistent with any touch point that the consumer would interact with if they come across your website. Okay? So here's a quick example of all those different ads. You have static ads, you have dynamic ads that have the ability to be animated. You want to do your pre-roll videos, you build out your Facebook ads, all in which you're telling that story, right? The reason why your product is better than the competing product, and the reason why your dealership is where they should be doing business. So this campaign development and the asset development is really time consuming, but if you do it right, you can send the right message to the right customer and hit them right in the funnel when they're ready to see that message. Okay, and just so you know, this next slide shows you all the different asset sizes, formats, and types that you need to be creating. So if you didn't know, the Google Display Network, not recently, but it used to be 9 different banner sizes. Now it's 16 different banner sizes that need to be created to be able to fill up all those empty windows and doors on the web with dynamic ads, so rotating ads with animations and graphics. What used to be Flash, which was a good thing only because, and we had to learn this, Flash ads would only be displayed on a desktop computer. Desktop was the only machine that would display Flash programming. So when we used to shy away from Flash, we realized it's good to run Flash ads because since mobile traffic was becoming more and more important, we would run Flash ads on purpose because desktop traffic was higher converting than a mobile user. So we would purposely run Flash ads that it would only show up and you're only spending money on people who are at their desktop, which typically means they're at work, which typically means they're shopping, right? They're at work, but they're shopping. So recently Google did upgrade their system, so any Flash ad you uploaded into it is now actually converted to HTML5. So now you can take your Flash ads and automatically convert them. If you have anybody that's familiar with Flash, you can obviously build Flash ads and they will automatically convert to HTML5, or you just build them in HTML5 in the first place. And then, of course, the Facebook advertisements themselves, there's different parameters for you to build, but these dimensions are very important for you to know that all of these assets need to be created, and this is just one layer for your conquesting strategy. And this one layer, you need 2 components. You have your push and your pull. Push to get them there, and pull, once they've been there, they need to come back and you follow them around with a specific message. Okay, so those are all the different banner sizes that need to be created. Now let's dig into Facebook. Facebook has recently partnered with Datalogic, who aggregates pulse data. So right within their advertising dashboard, you can target a consumer. You can target them not only by where they live, you can target them, did they go to school, did they graduate college, what is their income, which type of vehicle are they in the market shopping for. So this one particular Facebook campaign here, I've already identified within 10 miles of my one competing dealer. I only want to show ads to somebody who purchased the vehicle 25 to 36 months ago, because that means they should be in an equity position at the end of their lease, and they are in the market and current Toyota owners. They graduated college, they make a healthy income, and they fit our age demographic. So this one campaign, you can target in-market consumers who drive the competing vehicle and they fit your demographic criteria, okay? And then you upload your ad, and now you're off to the races running ads. Okay, next would be you can build a personalizer on your website. Hopefully you are all familiar with the Dealer Inspire platform and its ability to create a personalized and unique message to consumers based on how they came into the website. So based on entrance paths and based on a variety of variables, you want to set up a personalizer for anybody who comes into your website, and you can put a geo-fence location around your competing dealers. You can literally zoom into, if one consumer is sitting inside of these latitude and longitude coordinates, we want to show them a message specific to where they are physically located at this moment. And we know where they are because your machine will ask them, we would like to use your current location, and you accept yes. And then now we know exactly where they're sitting, and this especially works on mobile devices. So you can not only develop a personalizer around the dealership itself, but now you can build a personalizer around all the different dealers, each of which have a unique message, and you tie that to not only their physical location, but the entrance path. So if they come in from Facebook, inside of that dealership, you can have a message that is specific to that campaign. Okay? Make sense? All you're doing is setting up this campaign to hit the launch button and now start spending money. You've built the campaign, you've built the assets, you're sending traffic to a specific page with the goal of converting that customer, the goal to get them to read your content, to spend some time in that page. You're going to cookie them, you're going to follow them with a specific message if they leave, and bombs away, right? Hit the launch button, start spending some money. Okay, that's great. Now we're spending money, we're driving traffic to the website. What's next? Okay, we can now look back into the Dealer Inspire dashboard, look at the analytics section. Are we getting visits to that specific page? More importantly, you can dig into your Google Analytics where you have those goal conversions that were set up. You can filter the information to how many people came into that specific page. Did they even convert? Did you get goal conversion, meaning did they fill out a form or whatever your goal conversion is? Maybe it's watch a video. But did they fill out a form? And then you can see how they came into the site. You can look at how many visits came from Facebook, how many came from your paid search PPC ads, how many came from your display ads, how many came from your pre-roll ads, and you can begin to analyze this data, okay? This then allows you to take the final step and begin to optimize your campaigns. So right in the middle of that Venn diagram is the sweet spot. That's the money spot right there. It's the combination and optimization of your search engine optimization efforts, of your search engine marketing efforts, and your social media. So all three of those pieces combined allow you to now optimize your campaign, to go into your AdWords and optimize your ad copy and look at the quality scores of your campaign and add more content to your website and really hone in on those keywords and create negative keywords and just really tweak how you're driving traffic through your pull so that you're able to pay less for every click, right? You can run A/B testing, have different ads that are getting in front of the consumer, identify which one is getting a better click-through, and all the while you're optimizing the page that you're driving that consumer to. You can use Optimizely to test out different buttons and calls to action once somebody actually gets to that page. But the whole goal is to optimize the page that they're getting to get it to become more efficient and convert better, right? Now you can add content to that page, you can write blogs and build links back to that page, and all the while you're optimizing for the other car, right? Because if you're going to be the best answer, you can't just try and trick somebody who's looking for a RAV4 and just dump them right off on a CRV page. You have to talk about the other car and truly educate the consumer to why your vehicle is the right vehicle for them, okay? And you can share these posts on social media, bringing all these pieces back together. So that was a quick, very quick run through of the execution of a Conquest campaign. When it comes to leveraging your Tier 2 association, specifically if you're a Honda dealer, they have the Swim Lanes project, which means you have specific keywords that you should be bidding on as an individual dealer. Your association should be bidding on some keywords, and then the OEM is going to bid on some very specific keywords. This comes into consideration when looking at your budget in paid search. So you're going to want to work with your association to identify which keywords they're bidding on to make sure that you're not competing with each other, so that you can have an individual strategy. And as far as campaign and asset development, hopefully they're doing something along the lines of some form of Conquest. You can leverage their assets that they're already creating, some of the videos that they're creating, some of the content that they're creating, some of their social media posting, and you can use those assets in your individual Tier 3 efforts. With that, I hope you learned something. I'm available for questions if anybody has anything that they would like to know.
Yeah, thanks so much, Matthew. Does anyone have any questions regarding what they've just heard? There's a lot to digest, I know, because one of the things I noticed how all the different aspects of the Dealer Inspire platform plays into this, and as Matthew mentioned, there's the one slide on the ad campaigns that could be its own webinar in and of itself. So, if you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Matthew at mcole, MCOLE, at dealerinspire.com. And you can also reach out to me at DIHowDoI at dealerinspire.com, and I'll make sure that he gets in the information. So is there any questions at this time? All right. Looks like you gave him a lot to chew on there, Matthew.
Yeah, plenty to digest. I'm available for questions anytime, and please know that not only your Dealer Inspire account manager can help you understand this information, but then pairing you with a launch digital marketing package, again, to first saturate and dominate your own backyard before you even consider spending money on these Conquest opportunities, but we will then also help you with these conquesting efforts. Have a wonderful
Excellent.
day, everybody. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Matthew. Um, just one more thing. The next webinar is going to be DIY SEO, do-it-yourself SEO using Yoast WordPress plugin. That's going to be with Charlie Ford. He's one of our publishers. A lot of you out there create your own content, and when you create your own content, it's the best thing. You want to make sure that you optimize their content as best as possible, and he will show you how that plugin just works wonders and how you're able to optimize not only for search engines but also for social, and how to create URLs kind of ping back to original content if you use OEMs uh, publishing information. So that's going to be a really good one, especially for those of you that like to really build your own content out. Again, if you need to reach me, if you have any questions or further training on any of the platforms that we have here, then please feel free to email me at dihowdoi@dealerinspire.com. You can also check out our webpage. We have some FAQs. We have all the past webinars, some really great content on dealerinspire.com/DI So without further ado, thank you so much for listening. I am Shawnee, the trainer of technologies for innovative dealers such as yourself, and I will see you all next week.